In this video, The Last Reptile Adventures from Suriname, we're gonna go visit a couple of the middlemen who collect snakes and other reptiles and sell them to the exporters. It really is a controversial subject on if exporters are good or not. And so as we looked through boxes and boxes of snakes at these places, you won't believe what they had, how much they were selling for, and more importantly, you won't believe what we wound up doing with those snakes. I'm Dave Kaufman, and these are my Reptile Adventures. All right, so what do we have over here?
And I find
You found these?
one night.
In one night? That's incredible. All right, so we are at Terry's house, and Terry is one of the local hunters here, and he goes out into the field. He catches these snakes, and then he brings them here, and he sells them. But this is not something that I expected to see here. This is a Suriname boa, because we're in Suriname. Look at that, just absolutely perfect clean pattern. Look at that salmon color on his sides and that just beautiful maroon red tail. So what we're gonna do here today is we're actually gonna buy these snakes from Terry because these guys are going to go on a very long journey to Paramaribo, which is the capital city of Suriname, and they're exported anywhere in the world. But, you know, when you live out here in a small little village right on the river like this, you don't have a lot of resources. These aren't bad people. These are people just like anybody else in the world that are trying to earn a living. And the way that they earn a living is they catch snakes and they sell them to the exporters. So what we're gonna do is we're going to buy these snakes, and eventually we're gonna release these snakes in a place where they're not gonna be found by hunters. But before that, we're gonna do something just a little bit special with these snakes.
Oh, nice. Look at that beauty.
Yeah. What you got there, Amy?
I have just purchased this beautiful girl for $42 US.
$42.
This one cheap, 500 yesterday.
500?
Yes.
That's $14 US.
Yes.
For a Suriname boa.
And $42 US for this. For this.
That's crazy.
Look at her. She's gorgeous.
Rainbow Mealworms is not only a proud sponsor of this channel, they are the premier source for all your reptile food needs. They grow all of their quality insects in-house, and I use them exclusively for all my insect-eating reptiles. So place your order today at rainbowmealworms.net or click the link in the description below. All right, so now that we've got those snakes from Terry, we're gonna go to the other side of the village right now and meet with Kurt. Now, Kurt is kind of a middleman between the hunters and the exporters. And Kurt just told us that he got a bunch of snakes in last night and invited us over to take a look. All right, so let's go into the holding room here, and we've got these wooden boxes with screen fronts, and that's where the snakes are being held, and this is the scenario that the snakes are being held in.
Here's the snake still in the same bag
still in the
that
same
the
bag.
trappers brought him in.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those colored cooked tree boas, okay?
Yes.
Yes, there's a snake in here.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna set that aside for now. So Amy, you have yet another emerald tree boa.
Yes, this is the fourth emerald tree boa, wild northern emerald tree boa that I've held in the past 4 or 5 days. And like I always say, 100% of these wild caught northerns can be handled just like this.
Yeah.
Without snapping, biting, or being stressed out. They're extremely intelligent, and they know when they should feel threatened and when they're not threatened.
All right, so in this wooden box, look at this. We've got a couple of Amazon tree boas here. These are the really high colored orange ones. We're gonna get these as well. I didn't even notice the garden phase down there and almost like a patternless orange one right there. How many are in here? There's like 4 or 5 Amazon tree boas in this box. We are gonna get these out of here as well. And meanwhile, Bob Bledsoe from Green Room Pythons over here and Amy are trying to put this huge Suriname boa that they also have here back in a bag. Boom. Perfectly executed. Now, I've never been bit by a boa. Have you ever been bit by a boa?
You know, Dave, my shirt tells the story. I have been bit by a boa. And, you know, they have teeth, similar to a python.
Yeah.
They have teeth.
Yeah.
And each hole that they make in your skin will bleed. But honestly, it doesn't really hurt. This is a big boa.
You know that he didn't bite you, right?
He didn't? Who did?
He gave you a kiss.
He did give me a kiss. That's true.
Yeah.
That is absolutely true.
That's exactly what happened.
He didn't like me, which is, you know.
That's all right, Bob. I like you.
Thanks, Dave.
And that's all you need. Okay, so this is Kurt. Kurt, this is your place. Thank you for having us over. So, kind of talk about the process of how this works. Hunters go out into the field.
Yes.
They collect the snakes.
Yeah.
They bring them to you.
Yeah.
And you hold them here.
Yes.
And then where do they go from here?
They go to exporters.
They go to exporters in
Paramaribo.
Paramaribo. And how long do they usually stay here?
I would say a week.
A week.
Just a week.
Okay.
Okay. And during the rainy season, during the dry season, when it's very dry, and we doesn't have much supply in, then it can take a little bit more.
I see.
But in the rainy season, when we have a quicker supply, then sometimes less than a week.
I see.
Guys will come down because the supply is there, but it doesn't last for a long time.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And on the average, how many snakes go through here in a month?
It depends again on the weather.
So in the rainy season,
you can get up to 100 snakes a month.
100 snakes a month,
Yes.
and in the dry season,
I would say about 25.
about 25. So the four main snakes that you see come through here: boas, emerald tree boas, Amazon tree boas,
Yes, yeah.
and rainbow boas.
Yeah.
And what about redfoot and yellowfoot tortoises?
That can be a lot sometimes, and sometimes not so much again.
Gotcha.
Right now I'm stopped buying because there is not much buyers, right? And I stopped buying.
So you stop buying for
Yes,
them.
yeah,
All right.
right. There's not much demand for them.
Well, thank you for having us here.
Yeah.
We are going to buy every snake you have here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Best of luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Do the exporters buy the non-colored cooks?
Yes, not
Okay.
for a big price though.
Yeah, they're cheaper.
Yeah, 60 SRDs,
Yeah.
75 SRD.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
75 is what?
Like two US dollars.
$2 US.
$2.
So a garden phase, which is basically the normal coloration of an Amazon tree boa, goes for $2 American.
Yes.
And what about emeralds? How much do emeralds go for?
Well, here I get $1,000 for one.
$1,000.
1,000 Suriname dollars.
So is Suriname
Yeah,
dollars,
Suriname
which
dollars,
is
yeah.
like well,
1/3 of 100 US
It's gonna be about
dollar.
$15.
Yeah, but $30.
oh, shit,
Oh, $30?
Yeah,
hang
1,000
on.
is 28, 30.
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at what Mr. Calculator has to say. Yeah, $28. And rainbow boas, what do those go for?
Rainbow boa, it doesn't fish much of a price now. I can get up to about 450 SRD for one.
400,
50 SRD.
which is $11 US.
Yes, yeah.
Bob Bledsoe from Green Room Pythons. Tell me what's on your mind.
This is really important. I just ran my hand through my beard after working with snakes, and then I smelled my hand and realized that my hand has been musked on. People with beards, be careful when you're dealing with wild snakes that you don't run your musky hands through your beard. It's
Bob,
so annoying.
This is like day 10 of our trip. We've been primitive camping in the wilderness.
I know.
We've been all over this country.
First time, I just did it for the first time.
But I want to just tell you that your
Yeah.
beard always smells that way.
Oh, it does. Oh, it always smells like snake musk. Oh, no problem then. Okay, no problem. No problem.
So the topic of importation and exportation is always controversial, but the hunters out here, the exporters out here, and the middlemen, they're doing nothing nefarious. They're doing nothing illegal. This is a very legal, regulated trade, and this gives an opportunity for people who live in small communities like this that really don't have a lot of resources. This offers them a living that they probably would not be able to find living where they live here in this village. So yes, it is one of those things that, yes, they're taking these animals out of the wild and exporting them all over the world. But it's providing jobs for people that really would have no other way of earning an income. Yet on the other hand, new blood is strengthening the gene pool in the animals that we're currently working with. So comment below and let me know what your stance is on importation and exportation of reptiles. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? And why? So we just bought all of those snakes from Kurt, and what we're doing now is we're not just gonna go out into the field and release them just yet. We have something special planned for each and every one of these snakes tonight back at the house that we're renting here. We've decided to throw a huge party for all the people that live in this village and use the snakes to educate these people about the snakes in their own backyards. All right, Bob, so we've been spending the day rescuing all of these snakes, and now it's time to educate the town. You ready for this?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Thank you all for coming. We're gonna start off the show by
Let's
Bob.
just do questions first.
Let's do quick Q&A.
Do you have any questions for us, or any of you?
No questions.
No questions so far.
No questions.
Okay, maybe later. Maybe
This
let's
is-
just think about them.
This is going so super well.
Really going well.
Really
Yeah,
going well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quiet audience. They're
Yeah.
not too talkative.
Yeah, that's all right.
So,
That's
yeah.
all right. You know, they'll ask questions when they, feel comfortable enough to do so.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be great.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you again, all for coming. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you. In a party situation, everybody's relaxed, everybody's having a good time, and that is the perfect scenario to educate people about these amazing snakes that live right in these people's backyards.
Sorry, but I never
Handled snakes, I know. I
Never?
remember that.
Never.
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 Is this the first snake you've ever handled?
First time.
The first time. What do you think?
Does it make you nervous to hold the snake? Does it make you nervous or scared a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah? But you're doing great. What's your name?
Aryan.
And is this the first time you've ever held a snake?
Yes.
Do you know what kind of snake that is?
Sweepy.
Sweepy? All right, I'm gonna write a paper with this kid and we're gonna rename the emerald tree boa. New name, Sweepy. Good name, I like it. Mikey, what do you got there?
An emerald tree boa.
That's right. Tell me everything you know about that snake.
I don't know much about it.
Really? All right, good talk, good talk. Who else would like to hold the snake? I'm looking at you over there.
Come now. Come probeer.
Do you want to pet the snake?
Do you want to pet
Here,
it?
just pet the snake right here.
Touch it.
What does he feel like?
Soft.
It's soft. That's right. This one is called an Amazon tree boa, and it's actually in the same family as the green ones.
That's the emerald.
Yep, but these come in all sorts of different colors, like red, like this one. They come in orange. They come in gray.
Not poisonous.
Not poisonous at all, but they can be just a little bit, let's just say, happy to see you. These guys may be the most common snake that you're going to see around this area.
Okay.
Yep. And they're going to be seen at night up in the trees.
Oh, mostly at night.
Mostly at night. Yep, they're nocturnal.
Oh.
Yep.
And the orange one has the same design?
They have different designs and different colors. So I tend to think of these as snowflakes. No two are alike. I know that we're down in South America. Have you ever seen a snowflake?
No, I don't know.
Then
Even
that
know
was not a good analogy for that then at all.
Once you teach an extremely intelligent animal like the northern emerald tree boa that they're not in danger, these animals behave this way. 100% of the time that I've ever handled these animals, which is quite a lot, we've had this temperament from them. So for all you folks out there saying that these guys bite and you can't handle them, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. You're wrong.
So the red-tailed boa here in Suriname is named land camoodi.
Well, that's the English version of the local name. And the Dutch local name is Dagway.
Dagway.
Yes, I've heard that too. I've
So
heard that name too.
land camoodi, but an anaconda that this beautiful snake is related to is water camoodi
Camoodi.
because it lives in the water.
It lives in the
This
water.
guy lives on the land.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
That's
this is land camoodi to me.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Not red-tailed boa.
land
camoodi.
I like it.
So Bob just asked the crowd a really good question. Do you know anybody in Suriname that actually has a pet snake? And everybody said something pretty surprising. All right, so Aunt Meg, if you keep a snake as a pet in Suriname, what do people think of that?
Most of them think that, well, it's witchcraft.
It's witchcraft.
They're very much afraid of it.
Yeah.
There are quite some people I know in Suriname that are keeping snakes as pet. But not here in Apura, but in Paramaribo.
In the big city.
In the big city, yeah.
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 And are they considered to be practitioners of witchcraft?
No.
No. Okay, so that's kind of a local thing.
Yeah, I think there's a little belief. I don't think everybody has that belief. Just a few, maybe.
Just a few.
Just to say what's going on here, Kurt is the middleman. Kurt is who we get the snakes from. Kurt does not like to interact with snakes at all. He does not touch them.
No,
He-
I buy, I sell it. I make my little profit to touch them, but I'm having interaction with them today.
moment ever.
Kurt, is this the first time in the years that you've been a middleman? Is this the first time that you've had 2 emerald tree boas?
Of course, I know. I'm nervous. Okay.
It's great. That's perfect. We got
Wow.
This is nice. Okay.
Kurt, awesome.
Wow.
That was amazing.
So the incredible thing about this event is that these snakes that were destined to be shipped around the world have now become ambassadors for the people who live with these snakes every day, and previous to tonight really had no clue what they were, what they did, what they felt like. But what is truly amazing and what is truly awesome is that every person that showed up to this party tonight now has an appreciation and an understanding about the snakes that live right in their own backyards. Information that they did not have before this event. So yeah, snakes that were destined to be shoved in boxes and shipped around the world have now become local education ambassadors. This is pretty amazing.
Morph Market is the #1 online marketplace for all your reptiles and amphibians. You can search through over 60 categories to find your perfect new pet, whether it's the latest boa constrictor morph or your 150th crested gecko. It's all right here at one place. Morph Market.
So it's the next morning and we've driven for several hours this morning. We woke up at 4 in the morning to get to this place before the heat of the day heats this place up. This place is absolutely magically beautiful, and this is a perfect place to release all the snakes that we got from the middleman. And not only that, but we are far enough outside of town that the hunters that gather the snakes don't come this far out of town. This is the perfect, most beautiful place to release those snakes. Now, if only there was a coffee shop just right over there. Okay, so what we're looking for the emeralds at least, is we're looking for tall trees with that vine system that I talked about in the video that I did on emerald tree boas in the wild. And this is the perfect scenario to release these emeralds. All right, so I've got that red Amazon tree boa that I held all night last night at the party. And look at this, how perfect is this for an Amazon tree boa release? That is just beauteous. All right, little dude, let's get you out of there. All right, come on, sweetheart, let's go. Nobody's gonna find you here. Look at that. See you later, buddy. So we found this tree with all these vines. The river is right there. So this is the perfect scenario to release a emerald tree boa. Nice tall tree, vines everywhere. This is perfect. All right, sweetheart, I'm gonna put you right on this vine here. You're gonna know where to go from here. Look at that. All right, you big, sweet, beautiful girl. You have a good, long, happy life out here. So beautiful. This is just such an amazing moment right now. I'm telling you guys, there is something so satisfying about releasing a snake and just watching them in their first few moments of being re-released back into the wild. But knowing that this snake now has a second chance at being free out here, there's something very, very rewarding and fulfilling about watching this. Anyway, guys, be sure to comment below and let me know your take on the import and export business. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Comment below. And real quick, guys, I just want to give a real quick shout out and a thank you to all my Patreon supporters. If you would like to become a Patreon supporter and help further educate all the people out there about all the reptiles out here, that link is in the description below. And guys, as always, thanks for watching. And until the next reptile adventure, love the planet, feed your reptile obsession, and rattle on.